despejar en cuarta oportunidad y 13 por avanzar. Secuencia muy errática, entorpecida por los castigos. La anterior por Miami. La devolución desde la yarda 5. Allá va, a la 30, a la 40. Solo queda el pateador y se va a escapar de Honey. Toda la ruta, touchdown de los Bills.
Hola, ¿qué tal? What's good, everybody? Bienvenidos. This is the El Huddle podcast. Welcome to the familia. I'm Will Selva alongside my hermana, my prima hermana, MJ Acosta-Ruiz, fresh off of the Kelly Clarkson show. I was able to tape the show and I saw you, was so proud. The crowd was energized. Kelly Clarkson was energized, and you telling your story. I was proud of you, prima hermana. You made me proud.
Thank you, Primo. It was incredible, to have a platform to be able not to just share part of my culture, but part of my story. My favorite part, though, was that we were able to surprise this amazing young woman. She's 12 years old. Her name is Allie, and she's an aspiring sports analyst. Huge Chiefs fan, actually. There she is. Phenomenal. She had no idea that I was there, but she had flagged to production when they were telling her that they wanted her to come on for her love of football, that I was one of the people that she really admired and followed, which really warmed my heart. She's a Mexicana, a little Afro-Latina. So that was another big reason why I continue to say how important representation is and that we're visible. And for this young lady to say that I am one of the role models for her, it really solidifies why we're in la lucha, right? Why we keep pushing for our representation and for our comunidad and nuestra gente. And so she and I have started our mentorship sessions.
How's it going?
She's already a professional. Like, she came in for the first one and she's like, I have notes, and she had a full list of questions, and she's going in, like, she's talking about coaching changes, she's talking about schemes, like, she wants to know everything. She wants to understand really how to get here, and I'm just so incredibly impressed by her. And I told her when she owns her own network, like, don't forget Auntie MJ, like, please hire me as a consultant or something, like,
or Tia Will,
or Tia Will. But it's really refreshing to see the future of this world of sports, and I'm just so honored to be able to play a small part in her development. I'm like, she's like another little niece now. Like, I'm obsessed with her. So that was for sure for me the highlight. And also Kelly Clarkson, as advertised, cool as hell. Yeah, super humble, down to earth. Like, she just made me feel so welcomed and so awesome. Like, it was a really, really special day. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah, well, a special day for a special person. It was awesome to see.
Thanks,
I know
bro.
Kelly Clarkson, she hosted NFL Honors, a
Yes.
huge Cowboys fan.
Huge Cowboys
fan. So this is now her jam to see the Cowboys in the postseason, but let's see if they could actually do something. It has been a crazy busy week with these coach firings. And I thought that Mike Vrabel being out in Tennessee was a big deal. He'd been there, synonymous with the city. He was a coach of the year in 2021, guided the team with Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill to the AFC Championship game. So on the precipice of a Super Bowl appearance. And so I thought that was a big deal. And then the Pete Carroll being out in Seattle just blew me away, because it didn't seem like he was going to leave. He'd been there for 14 years, MJ, but now he's no longer going to be chomping on his gum and roaming the sidelines.
I know. I know that they said that potentially he was going to stay on as an advisor or something with the team, but in his capacity as head coach, the Pete Carroll era is done in Seattle, which is so strange to see, right? Because that's, like you said, it's synonymous with the Seahawks at this point, and there's been so much transition over there. But what a career for Pete Carroll and everything that he's done as a head coach. Remember him from his USC days. Like, this is a tenured, just one of those coaches that everyone knows. But times are changing. It's a little crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, a legendary head coach. He got the team a Super Bowl win, got them to win the hair of another Super Bowl. And I think that play is obviously going to still kind of haunt him as Seahawks fans. right? Yeah. But he brought a culture there that was needed. And he came from USC, and people thought, how's this going to work out? But keep in mind, this was his second stint as an NFL head coach. He was a head coach in New England and didn't go the way it was planned. Goes to USC. And when he was hired on, people didn't think much of the hire. In fact, they thought this guy is going to run their program down to the ground. He did the exact opposite. And then he develops the Legion of Boom. Defense is his calling card. There's going to be guys on that defense that are going to be headed to Canton. And they did a great job of drafting and developing players. Even this current crop of players that they have in Seattle, Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker, Reek Woolen, they've got some players up there. It's just now, what are they going to do with Geno Smith's team-friendly contract? And are they going to go in a different direction with the head coach going more offense? So either way, if Pete Carroll stays on in an advisory position, or maybe, as it was suggested by our producer, Randy, he goes to Alabama and he takes over for Nick Saban, who, oh, by the way, retired, MJ.
I mean, talk about the end of an era, right? A changing of the guard. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, Pete, take your double gum, get yourself a nice little retirement spot, and put your feet up. You've done a lot. Now, that's from my perspective. At 40 years old, I would love to be able to do that. But maybe Pete's still got a little something in him, you know? Who knows?
Who knows? But we've also seen, like in Chicago, they fired the entire staff, and Matt Eberflus is there. So they face a massive decision with Justin Fields and what they're going to do. And Ryan Poles, the general manager, said, we are going to be looking at everything. He certainly got better in talking about Justin Fields, but they hold that number one pick. Do they go and take Caleb Williams, or do they surround Justin Fields with more weapons, more players?
I hope they surround him. I hope they surround him, because I think we can see that the talent is there, and he just hasn't had the correct structure in terms of playmakers and a myriad of other things in Chicago. And we can still see the talent that he has. So I really hope that they pour into him and not just erase this whole thing, because I think he is one of the more talented quarterbacks, and we just haven't been able to see him at his full capacity yet.
For sure. But you know who we have seen at our full capacity is our guest, Steve Avila. He is the rookie left guard for the Rams. We had him on this podcast back in March.
Feels like a million years ago.
It feels absolutely like a million bazillion years ago, but he's going to be back on again, and he'll talk a little bit about his journey. If he thinks that California Mex is better than Tex-Mex.
Controversy, chaos,
all that coming up on the Huddle podcast.
Últimos 5 minutos de este cuarto. Y otra vez Wentz. El acarreo 14 para touchdown de Carson Wentz. Y los Rams están a un punto extra de empatar el partido con menos de 5 minutos en el reloj.
From the Rams' big win over the 49ers in Week 18. And our next guest had a big part of that win. He has played in 18 games this season, started all of them, played every single snap. He is now a return guest to the El Huddle podcast. We remember him when he was just a pup, when he was just an innocent draft choice. But now here he's with us. Rookie left guard for the Rams, Steve Avila.
Esteban.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
Now you're officially parte de la familia, man. Now you're here with us, man. So I know you just came off the practice field, but I have to say, I'm jealous of you and MJ. Boy, you both have good hair.
Yeah, we got to talk curly products later, my friend.
Hey, I'm telling you, I need some new ones.
I got you.
It's my trademark now. Some of it's kind of coming out the helmet. So when you see,
period. We got to let it grow. Yes, I love this for us. But like you mentioned it, Will, started every single game. We were just talking to you before we started recording. Like, you got to get to recovery. You got to get in there. But for you as a rookie, knowing that you have played such a pivotal role, that you have been there every single game. I mean, look, we always talk about this. The O-line does all the work, gets very low credit. All right. How has it been for you adjusting not just to the pace of the NFL, but really in your very important position?
Yeah, I feel like it was a smooth transition, but when I first got here, it's nerve-wracking. It is, because everybody has expectations for you. You have expectations for yourself, and I remember one of the things that I told myself was the first thing was just to not be a bum, and that's really what I just kept telling myself, and I just feel like that's kind of helped me. I felt like it steered me to do the right things, recover and watch film and, just try to get better where I can. But when you have that foundation going in, it helps you. And I feel like it's helped me to where I'm at right now.
It's crazy, MJ. I see Steve here with us. It's like, that's our guy. I remember. That's
our guy.
Yeah.
When did we first have the other?
Oh my God. It felt like 27 years ago, but it really was just like 6 months ago, probably.
Yeah.
It was during the whole draft process, Steve.
Yeah. This year has flown by for me. It's like, I just remember being in camp and I'm in week 18, 19. I just think it's just insane, but it's a journey. So I'm excited that I'm able to, tell stories and stuff.
Well, it's been fun for us to see you on this journey and having a little part of it. You've also been part of the journey of Puka Nacua, who was a 5th round pick and totally took the league by storm. What has it been like to have the front row seat to see him ball out this year?
Yeah, man, it's been amazing. I just feel like his success is also just a testament of just the rookie class that we've had. We all came in knowing that there was high expectations for us. I know for myself, the O-line, struggled with injuries last year. And a big part of the reason why they drafted me is because they needed me to come and contribute. They got rid of some guys last year, and that's why we had so many rookies come in. So we just all had that mindset of being that person to start and get the job done. And as you can see, Puka's doing an amazing job at that. But it's been nice talking to him. I had a conversation with him, just him going through the draft process and stuff. But he always had that mindset of I feel like I'm the best receiver there is. Coming out of the class. So I just feel like that's just pushed him so far, and he's out here breaking records. So
there's always a lot of chatter, right, around the team, especially one who won a Super Bowl recently, when there is such a huge rookie class, right? When there's a lot of turnover on the team. But to that end, the Rams have won 7 of their last 8 games since the bye week, right? So what do you think really turned the season around and kept you guys locked in down the stretch?
Oh man, it sounds cliche, but it is a mindset thing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I swear, I don't even remember being 3-6 like that. That didn't even cross my mind. We were it had a losing record, and I just took it 1 week at a time, and I just felt like that's what we all did. We attacked the week. We felt like we did the things that we needed to do to go win the games.
You are playing the Lions in Super Wildcard Weekend. This means a reunion for your quarterback, Matthew Stafford, and the Lions. What have you noticed differently this week in preparation with that storyline in mind and Matthew's return to Detroit?
Yeah. Again, this is the team answer. We're trying to approach the week, the same as we've been approaching.
Come on, Steve.
But no, there is a little bit more this we need to get the job done. It would mean a lot. I know it would mean a lot to Matthew. It would mean a lot to me winning this game, just knowing the season that we had and just the expectations that people had for us going into the season. We weren't supposed to be here, and that's just a great thing to be a part of. So, I want to come out with this win for myself, for the team, for the fans, and specifically for Matthew too. So
I love that. It's a big deal, especially for you. Your part, you guys' job is to keep him protected, to keep him upright, especially against a Lions defense that better than anybody is ruthless there. But now, man, rookie season, going to the post? Are you kidding me?
I just, dude, we finished the last game, and I was this is my first regular season is done, and it blew my mind. It's crazy, hopefully, I can continue, have other great seasons, a healthy season. So I'm excited for that.
How has your endurance been, given the fact this is the longest season you've ever had in your career playing football?
I honestly feel amazing. I don't know if it's because, our training staff here is just doing the right things, and I'm doing the right things, to keep my body healthy. Knock on wood. That's why I've had 100 snaps, played. And, I feel like I've been doing the things, the things right. But I also did have that mindset is I did want to have 100% of the snaps played. So, that's something that meant a lot to me. But going into the playoffs, I feel good, and I feel like a lot of the other people on the team feel good. So, we're just trying to give ourselves the best chance, to win this thing.
You mentioned that moment you had after that last regular season game. Making it to playoffs aside, was there another point in the season where you were like, oh snap, like, oh, we're here, we did it?
Man, I guess that little streak that we had after the bye week, I feel like that's just a pivotal moment for us. That after that bye week, we reflected on ourselves, reflected on the things that we needed to do, and we went on a winning streak. And I think we played the Browns. That was after, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And I was just like, wow, we're really good. We have the tools, to be a really, really good team. And I feel like it just comes down to a game of inches. Some of the games that we've lost have come down to a couple of plays against, big name teams. Like I know week 2 against the 49ers, we held in for a little bit, and, they made a couple of plays, and that's just the difference between a loss and a win. The same thing with the Eagles. So I just feel like we got to carry that momentum and that confidence into the playoffs.
We had touched upon Puka and his incredible rookie season. And after the game, Sean McVay had said that it was stressful and frustrating because they wanted to get him the ball so he could get these records. Yeah. What was it like inside the huddle as he was approaching the history books?
Man, obviously you saw we kind of rested, the starters, but the starting O-line wanted to be in there so we can, get that record. So the priority at the moment was to get him that record. And then they started double teaming him and stuff. We're like, oh my God.
I know.
But it means a lot to us. And that's history. It's history. We're experiencing that. So I'm glad we got to be a part of that. As soon as he, got that record, I was right there with him. I congratulated him. I told him I'm proud of him. So it was nice.
Of that rookie love. Okay, definitely want to touch on your family restaurant back home. I would imagine, or I would hope that they're going to host some kind of viewing party.
We'll see. I haven't, I'm as bad as it sounds, I'm trying to stay as focused as I can.
I get it. Yeah,
I would love to, go back down. It's in Hebronville. A lot of y'all don't know where that's. It's a very small town in Texas. It would be cool to go back home and, see everybody. So I'll plan on doing that.
They have to be so excited.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm telling you, it's such a small town, and it's a funny story. When I go on Facebook, I see a bunch of Avilas with like my last name. I was like, dude, I've never met y'all, but they're from, the hometown. So there's just a lot of people. So they're all family though. So
suddenly you got all these primos and stuff coming out the woodwork. I get it.
I'll see a comment like, oh, he's my second cousin. I'm like, dude, I have not.
Twice removed on my mama's side. Like,
No, what you don't understand, Steve, is that I'm Will Selva Avila, and you're also joined by MJ Acosta-Ruiz Avila. So we're all part of La Familia. You know what I'm saying?
There we go. There we go. I love that.
We had touched upon this during the draft process, and we had talked about your love of Tex-Mex. And now that you've been in California for a while now, I would have imagined that you would have tried some California Mexican cuisine. What do we think of it in comparison to Tex-Mex?
Why are you trying to get him in trouble, Will?
I don't know. You can't do that. I feel like I need to be. I've been in Texas all my life. I have not left Texas. So maybe I just got to get a little bit more time here before I can, choose between the two. But I'm a Texas guy. I love the food back there. I will say, the barbecue in Texas is far superior.
I mean, yes.
Out there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But the Tex-Mex, I feel like I need to visit a lot more places. So again, if anybody watching this, y'all have some suggestions, y'all let me know. I'll be sure
we can send you a list.
Yeah, for sure.
Just have it delivered to the facility.
I'll be sure to visit those after.
Oh my God, I love that. We're so excited for you, Esteban Steve Avila, our primo now officially. Can't wait to watch you. What is your outlook now for the postseason before we let you go?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to give it all I can. I mean, regret sucks. Not knowing that you did not doing everything you could, and then you end up losing. You're going to be able to look back at that moment and be like, man, I could have did more. So I don't want that. So I just want to pour all in, because I know, my teammates are doing that. So hopefully we can, get to the Super Bowl.
Wow, that would be something, huh?
I'm telling you. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, it would. Hey, listen, we appreciate you coming back again. It means a lot, because it feels like we have been part of your journey through this. And to make it this far and to do what you've done is amazing. So good luck. Buena suerte, okay, in Detroit. Give it your all. Honestly, you've been balling all season long, man. So keep it going. You guys are a nice roll, and hopefully
we're so proud of you.
Favor, my friend. We are really proud of you, my friend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
See you soon. We'll be watching.
See y'all.
Yeah. All right. See you, Steve. Take care, man. Thank you.
No soy la entidad donde se pasa si les deja pago. Prescott sale de la bolsa, ahora se regresa, sigue buscando, tira y CeeDee Lamb tiene el touchdown y Dallas suma otros 6 puntos.
All right, well, we've made it to the postseason officially. Super Wild Card Weekend.
Yeah.
You know which game. My punto is Dolphins, please lock this in. For the love of, Christmas was in contention for being ruined, but they came through. Now Chiefs at Kansas City, it's going to be a task. It's going to be like negative 105 degrees.
Va a ser frito, prima hermana.
But we have faith. That this is going to be a big test for the Dolphins to see really what they have in them and how they can rise to the occasion or not in the postseason. Cautiously optimistic. Let's see what happens, Will. What about you?
Yeah. And they have to deal with the injuries and guys that they just signed.
I can't even go into any of
Urban.
that.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. For me, so many good games, but I have to say, going back to the Rams and Lions, we were talking to Steve Avila about this, and there is something about that storyline where the football god said, NFL, this is for you. These are storylines abound. We talked about Matthew Stafford and what this game means for him, but also conversely for, Jared Goff, who was let go, was traded, was, bye-bye, discarded, if you want to call it that. Yeah. And then here comes Matthew Stafford, and they win a Super Bowl. So for Jared Goff, this is a big game, a big statement that he can make. And, for the Lions to be hosting their first home game in many, many years since 1993, and it happens to be against Matthew Stafford, get out of here.
I agree.
I am very excited about that. And honorable mention, the McCarthy Bowl with the Packers and the Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys, they've got to get over the hump. But for the Packers, Jordan Love, to see what he's done that not even Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre had done, to come out like this as a first-year starter full-time and make it to the playoffs. Wow. Definitely showed me something. Talk about a guy who's a perro macho, that guy as well. And we'll see what Dak, another perro macho, what he's going to do with that offense. So those are the games I'll be keeping a really close eye on. I'll be watching everything, but those are the ones that really piqued my interest.
We got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday football, which means that Will and I have a lot more research to dig into. So we will leave you here. Let us know which games you're looking forward to, and make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Send it to a couple friends. That's your little homework. That's it. That's all we ask. Will, love you. Mean it, primo. All right,
love
everybody.
You, prima hermana.
See you next time.
Adios.
Bye.